How you doing? My name's Tucker McLean, and I have a couple points to make about fantasy settings and lighting in fantasy settings. And something that's really bothers me a lot. Every time I see it, anything drives me crazy. And now, because I can't stop the insatiable growing darkness inside me whenever I see this, I'm gonna share it with you so you can all enjoy it with me. Now, this thing has to do with lighting, namely with torches. I don't have a fire torch handy. I have to use an electric one, but same basic principles apply. So bear with me. In almost every fantasy setting, I would go to sorry to say is every fantasy setting, people use torches to illuminate things. The villagers go out in the night looking for someone. They have the torches out and they're looking, and it happens in almost. I got my movie catalog. We got Game of Thrones, Evil Dead, Hellboy 2, True Grit, Van Helsing. Never even seen this movie. I can tell by the cover called Brotherhood of the Wolf. It does. Seven Samurai, Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, and one of the biggest offenders, Lord of the Rings. I don't know what happened to my copy of Lord of the Rings. It's not on my movie shelf, but the point is, Lord of the Rings does a lot too, and it really bothers me. It happens during night, in say in Frankenstein, when the villagers, the old villagers all get together, they're going for a riot. They're going to go in the night to burn down Dr. Frankenstein's lab. So the pitchforks. Get their pitchforks and their torches, and they go out in the night, the torches, to go burn them down. But that doesn't actually make sense. Every time you see someone using a torch at night or indoors in a fantasy setting, it's wrong. It's wrong, it's awful, it's terribly wrong. It doesn't make any actual sense when you think about it. I'm just gonna do a couple tests. So, lights are going off. Turn on the torches in my hand. Hey. You can see me. I'm pointing the torch forward. Tell me what you can see. Right? Little to nothing. Barely anything. Point to the camera. If I had the torch up like this, let me tell you what I can see. Oops, back. I can't see to the end of my room. My room is not that big. I can show you what my room is. Just twist the camera around. I can show you how my room is. I can walk over and show you how not that big it is. Room's not that big. I can't see the end of it. Because having a torch to look counteracts exactly the thing you want to do. Now I'm going to turn my torch off. Right, now. Torch is off. You can't see me. I can't see anything. It's actually very dark in here. Already, I can see much better. Let me turn the lights back on. Our eyes are really good at doing a few things. One of the things they're really good at doing, seeing things. Our eyes are so good at seeing things that they acclimate and change over the course of the day. It makes so you can see better when you need to. On daytime, pupils constrict. Let in less light because you don't need it. Bright out. Light enters our corneas, goes to our brain. Brain says, "Oh, I see something." That's how you see. At nighttime, however, there's not as much light. Pupils dilate, get bigger, lets in more light. You can see better. Have you ever been in a really, really dark room, like a movie theater or a sleepover, and it's really, really dark, and then you turn the light on and you can't see? You're blind. It's called light blindness. Your eyes are still dilated from getting used to the darkness, and when it goes light like that, you let too much light, you can't see anything. Light blindness. Makes sense. If you have a torch out, everything else is dark, that's so bright and near you that your eyes constrict because it's right there. If they dilate, it'd be too much and you get light blind. You are light blind with that in front of you. With the torch in front of you like this in the darkness, this is all you can see because your eyes are constricted and don't let enough light in from anywhere else. Because of that, light doesn't reach all the way over there because it's a torch. And if in the olden days people were searching for people at night, say in the woods, or they're riding somewhere at the night and they need to see, they wouldn't they'd go out with their eyes, because that's been there for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, and that's never turned us wrong. If they did, I might go back to the darkness. Right? If they did search, in the movies you see them go like this, looking for something. They have the torch out, and they're looking. It's like in the thicket, and look down in the thicket. That wouldn't be right. If you are looking for someone, say I'm looking down there in the thicket, down there in the thicket, I would hold the torch behind me. So I don't get the brightness. The brightness is what light blinds me. If I look at the brightness too much, I go blind from looking at the brightness. I can't see anything in the dark. If it's like this, I get the ambient light shining down as much as I can. I can see down there in my little thicket area much better. You probably can't see me, my face at all, just my silhouette, because you're light blinded. So I guess to prove my next point, I'll be taking you guys outside. Hi, me. So this is the outside. You can even see even more out here how awful this really is. You can't see anything. This doesn't help you at all. If put in the ground, you can kind of see, but the area you can is so not. This is a very pretty bush, by the way. Is so non-big at all. It's not worth it. I'll put on a little back so you can see. This is pretty good. I can see this, and that's about it. The bush, that's right. I'm touching the bush. It's right here. I can't see it. You can't probably see it. Like, you can see it's right here, but you can't see it. This is my point. The light blindness. If you were looking for someone, they could literally be right behind me, and you wouldn't be able to know. Someone could come behind me right now and get me, kill me, and I'd just be donezo because I couldn't see anything because I'm blinded. I'm blinded by light, rolled up like a douche, another runner in the night. I couldn't find that runner in the night though, because I decided to take a torch with me. So in the future, you're a peasant burning down Dr. Frankenstein's lab. Don't bring a torch. Right, now my second point about indoor torches. Wait, hey, you thought I was gonna let that go, didn't you? Now, indoor torches. Ancient world. It gets dark. You need to be able to see inside. In the fantasy novels and fantasy TV shows and movies, what they do is you go into the throne room, and they have a big honking torch sitting right there to illuminate everything. And you think, that might work. And it might work, actually, if they were, like, flashlights, electric torches. That might actually feasibly work. However, they're not. They didn't have electric torches in Middle-earth. Their torches were made of probably a stick, and probably get some sort of a fabric, like a cloth. Right. Stick, cloth. Wrap the cloth around the end of the stick, much better than I am, because they didn't use boxers, they used just like cloth, boxers. Get this, glog it in some pine tar, or some sort of other tar or oil or something like that, so just dunk it. Then you light it on fire, presumably with another torch, because making fire, talk about that later. Torch it. Now you have an engulf flame torch. I don't know if you've ever burnt tar before, or smelled burnt tar. Rubber fire, tire fire, any sort of thing like that. You know that smell? That burned, tarry smell? Yeah. Yeah. If you were to burn a torch, that smell would be there, because that's what you're doing the exact same thing. You're burning the same material, only a bit more concentrated form. And that also makes smoke. If you see from tire fires or burn rubber, at least it's black smoke. That smoke is not good for your lungs. And if you breathe that in, eventually you will asphyxiate. So if you're Rohan, and you see big torches of Rohan, and you go, "Hail, Theoden, and you die. Aragorn's story ends there. It's not very exciting, so fantasy writers tend to leave that out. So, in the future, if you ever see a torch on a wall, no, never happened. Ever. If they did need to, for some reason, do business at night, which didn't normally happen because you go to sleep at nighttime, that's the point of nighttime, then you would get a candle. It would look a little something like this, maybe on a plate, a little handle, and you carry it around and it would be a little bit of illumination. That's kind of it. They used wax, they didn't burn smoke, and they didn't smell bad. They didn't last as long as a torch because they didn't need to. Because if you're doing things at night that needed a candle, it probably wasn't very long. It was probably getting around, going to your bed chambers, getting some secret documents, sending a raven out. But don't believe everything you see in Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, because it is wrong. A lot. Now you can share in my pain. Enjoy that.